So tons of people are interested in Ford's new trucks. They will expand their lineup over the next 2 years with two new trucks, the Maverick, as we've all heard about, and the all-electric F-150 Lightning, which I'm personally excited about. It's something I would definitely upgrade. I've got a 2017 F-150. I would definitely go for one of these. Both debuted this year, though the Maverick will arrive first, set to go on sale this fall. But before either of these vehicles hit the showroom floor, Ford could have a backlog of orders to fill. They're so popular. The two trucks have amassed so far more than 200,000 reservations, Ford revealed this week during its Q2 2021 earnings call. So what's the breakdown of the 200,000? Well, 80,000 represent Maverick, while the Lightning has over 120,000 reservations. I wish I was on that list, but not quite ready for it just yet. Now, these are not orders. These are just reservations, and not all reservations are created equal. People have to plunk down $100 to reserve the Lightning, while Ford requires no deposit on the Maverick. Either way, Ford must be pretty happy considering the current climate of car sales right now to have so much interest in two of their new vehicles. The Maverick has more than doubled its reservations since its debut in June, while the Lightning has added 100,000. I recently had the 2021 Volkswagen ID4 all-electric SUV, and I talked about its Electrify America charging station situation. Well, Tesla plans supercharger network availability for all EVs in 2021. This was mentioned during its 2021 Q2 earnings call with their investors. In this call, Elon Musk addressed the details of how the Tesla supercharger network plans to open up its availability to all EVs later this year. Since Tesla's supercharger network is already super impressive and massive and only continues to grow in any market where it's present, it's potentially a pretty huge EV infrastructure deal. Now, how it'll work will be a little bit different depending on where you and your vehicle are located. In all cases, you'll need the Tesla app. I have a Tesla, so that's pretty simple. You have to have it installed in your smartphone. Then you'll take your EV to a supercharger, tell it what stall you're in, plug it in, and charge. Finding a brand new SUV under 20 grand will be a little bit harder for the 2022 model year thanks to Chevrolet. They are dropping the base trim level of the Trailblazer, which was below 20 grand. Positioned between the Trax and the Equinox, the Trailblazer is currently one of Chevy's best-selling nameplates. In fact, it was the fastest-selling model in the U.S. market last summer, probably because it was under 20 grand to start. However, for the 2022 model year, you'll no longer be able to buy a brand new Trailblazer for under 20 grand. Cars Direct has obtained information about the new model year of the subcompact crossover, and the publication reports the base Trailblazer L has been discontinued. This means that the most affordable Trailblazer will be $22,795 with destination for 2022. Previously, the L trim level was priced at 19 grand before destination. So it looks like the current White House wants 40% of U.S. new car sales to be EVs by the year 2030. In exchange, automakers want the government to promote EV use through increased subsidies and funding for charging infrastructure, which is a good idea. As you've been hearing in the headlines lately, many European countries have announced ambitious targets for the mass adoption of emission-free cars in recent months, with the European Commission most recently proposing a ban on ICE cars from 2035, internal combustion engines. Until now, the U.S. hasn't entered this conversation. Apparently, it's about to change. The White House is negotiating to have automakers pledge that 40% or more of vehicles they sell in the U.S. will be electric by 2030. This according to a report from Automotive News, which also notes that car makers would agree to that if the government helped promote the use of EVs through increased subsidies or funding for charging infrastructure. A pledge of new car sales would be a big theme because automakers haven't made any promises yet on volume, despite promising to convert their model lineups to electric vehicles. Three Stellantis vehicles, the Chrysler Pacifica, Jeep Grand Cherokee, and Ram 1500, were recently announced as winners of the 2021 Auto Pacific Vehicle Satisfaction Awards, earning recognition as among the most satisfying vehicles on the market as rated by you, the consumer. The Chrysler Pacifica adds most satisfying minivan to its list of 155 honors and accolades since its introduction, while the Jeep Grand Cherokee came out on top as most satisfying midsize SUV or ORV. Ram 1500 reigns as the most satisfying full-size pickup in the Auto Pacific poll, which surveys more than 89,000 new car and light truck owners. The Hyundai Palisade has been recognized as the best in-class midsize crossover for its design, utility, and user-friendly features by the New England Motor Press Association. The Palisade is the 5th New England Motor Press Association Winter Award recipient for the Hyundai brand of SUVs. Since its introduction in 2019, the Palisade continues to be recognized for all-around excellence by the industry with numerous awards. Quote, once again, Hyundai proves it can deliver upscale design and build quality at an unbeatable price. The Palisade is attracting people in higher income brackets who have bought an SUV from a traditional luxury brand, unquote. This just in, the Hyundai Tucson is the brand's best-selling vehicle. No surprise by me, and I expect that to continue for the 2022 model year, especially after my full week of driving it. This is a very capable, compact crossover. New styling plus a variety of features combined with a lengthy warranty should appeal to a wide range of buyers. A couple of pros and cons. Pros: hybrid and plug-in hybrid models are available. There's a big screen display and upscale styling for sure. Cons: limited towing capacity and no off-road trim. Here's how the 2022 Hyundai Tucson compares to its rivals. So today I'm ranking the 2022 Hyundai Tucson versus its competition based on 9 different criteria. Today's competition includes the Chevy Equinox, Ford Escape, Honda CR-V, Kia Sportage, Nissan Rogue, and the Toyota RAV4. Just a few of the compact sport utility vehicles on the market today. I know there are more, but these are the ones I chose. I've included links below to videos on each of those vehicles. Let's begin with the engine breakdown. The 2022 Tucson has 3 options: a 2.5-liter inline-4, a turbocharged 1.6-liter inline-4 hybrid, and a turbocharged 1.6-liter inline-4-cylinder plug-in hybrid. Now, the Escape, CR-V, and RAV4 also do offer hybrids, whereas the others do not. The next most competitive option is probably the Ford Escape. It too has 3 engine choices: a 1.5-liter inline-3 turbo, a 2-liter inline-4, and a 2.5-liter inline-4 hybrid. The horsepower range with the Tucson is between 187 and 261, quite the range. The closest competitor, again, is the Ford Escape, ranging between 181 horsepower and 250. The Kia Sportage is a close third with 180 to 240 from its 2 engine options, a 2.4-liter inline-4 and a 2-liter inline-4 turbo. Torque numbers for the Tucson are between 178 and 258, good enough for third place behind the Equinox and Escape. Moving on to transmissions. The Tucson offers a 6 and 8-speed automatic transmission. The Equinox has a 6 or 9 automatic. The Escape, Sportage, and RAV4 come with an 8 plus a CVT, whereas the CR-V and Rogue feature a CVT. Combined fuel economy based on the engines in the Tucson are 28, 36, and 70. The Ford Escape and Toyota RAV4 are second and third place in the combined fuel economy category. Headroom in your Tucson in the front is 40.1 inches, 39.5 inches in the back, which is super competitive across all of these vehicles. The RAV4 has the least amount of front headroom. So here's a real-world look at your backseat legroom and headroom. I am 5'11". This is my position as the driver up front. The vehicle's on because when you turn it off, the seat comes back to give you more room to exit the vehicle. So now it turns on, but you can't quite hear it because it's a hybrid. And here's how much room I have. Phenomenal space. Love the Tucson and the legroom between here and there. Quite a bit of a gap. And headroom is great as well. We got this massive panoramic moonroof that goes all the way back behind my head. I have the screen on right now because the car says it's already over 100 degrees and it's 10:30 in the morning. So we were getting scorched. Thank goodness for AC, right? Now, legroom is nearly identical in the Tucson front to back at 41.4 and 41.3 inches. The next closest is the Ford Escape. The rest are very similar, but less overall. All right, cargo volume time. There are 4 ways to open the liftgate. Number 1 is happening right now. I'm standing behind the vehicle and I'm got the key fob with me, so it opens up automatically. Number 2, there's a push button just left of the steering wheel. Number 3 is on this fancy key fob. The 4th is just below here.
when it's down below, you can press that button and it opens up.
Cargo volume in the Tucson is 38.7 cubic feet behind the second row and 73.8 cubic feet when you fold that second row down. Good enough for third largest.
I've been able to put my entire bicycle back here with the wheel on, laying flat, so kind of give you an idea of a full-size bicycle and how much room that is. Otherwise, utilize this for all the groceries you can think of, taking your road trips, your luggage, your sporting equipment, camping equipment, and so on. Plenty of space, and there's a little bit of a compartment below the floorboard as well if you want to keep things out of sight.
Now the Honda CR-V is king in this category, 39.2 and 75.8 cubic feet. And second is the Nissan Rogue. Infotainment screen may not be a big deal, but size is everything to the Tucson. Standard is 8 inches, but can be upgraded to 10.3, the largest option in this grouping. The Nissan Rogue has a 7 or 9. The RAV4, Equinox, and Sportage all offer 7 or 8 inches.
So here's a quick story that promises and guarantees you'll never forget how to spell Tucson ever again. So I'm a TV news reporter. I was for 15 years. Early on in my career, I hear the story of a gal down in Tucson, Diane Douglas, I think her name was, and she was new to the market. And so at the end of her story, she has to say her name, her call letters, and where she is. So I don't remember the call letters, but I do remember her saying, live in Tucson, I'm Diane Douglas, back to you. And that story circulated so fast because she said Tucson. She thought Tucson was pronounced Tucson. And so whenever I hear the word Tucson, I always think of the story of this gal who had her reporter closing segment by saying, live in Tucson, I'm Diane Douglas, back to you. Now you'll never forget how to spell Tucson, Tucson, not Tucson, but Tucson.
And we wrap it all up with the starting MSRP for the 2022 Tucson, which is $24,950. The Equinox, $25,800. The RAV4 around $27,000. And because we are talking about 2022s, some of these numbers are still estimated or coming out. We're looking at the CR-V around $26,000. The Escape, Rogue, and Sportage will start around $25,000.
All right, that's my video for today. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you are in the market for a new vehicle, check out quotes.everymandriver.com. It's free. Get the best deals in your zip code. Until next time, I'm Dave Erickson with Everyman Driver. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Adios.
Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time.